Hello, Family 150 class. This is Katie Rolls, and I'm doing my second career presentation. And the second career that I would like to highlight today is that of a marriage and family therapist. And I found a position actually just right around the corner from me, which was kind of fun. And it's at the Well Marriage Center, LLC. It's located at 3917 Old Lee Highway, Suite 11D in Fairfax, Virginia, 22030. Their website is wellmarriagecenter.com. And the career contact that I found, actually all of their therapists that are on there with their names and their pictures, and they have phone numbers that you can call them directly. So this one that I chose, her name was Mary Baker, and her phone number is 240-350-8696. So the working environment for this very specific job is it's a small organization that allows you to set your own hours and appointments, so it feels like a private practice. They have several locations, but the job that they're advertising is just for this specific Fairfax location. The position is full-time, so though there is some flexibility, I'm sure that you probably have to work at least 30 to 40 hours a week in order to get your in order to make your salary. They have a full-time marketing agent, which is really nice because they get all the clients for you, so you don't have to worry about doing any of that marketing yourself, which can be nice. So if you're wanting to go into something that feels more like a private practice where you set your own hours, but you don't want to have to deal with all of the hassle of doing the marketing, an organization like this could be very beneficial for you. They also have a team of therapists that gets together, often probably about once a week, and they consult together on cases, and they also share success stories. So I imagine that would be kind of a neat thing to be able to go and collaborate, and be able to also get some positive feedback sometimes, so that you know that what you're doing is worthwhile. Some of the typical stressors of being a marriage and family therapist are, even though you get to schedule your own hours, maybe you don't if you're working at like a hospital or something like that, but if you're scheduling your own hours, then you're probably working with paying clients who are working. So that means that you're going to be working long evenings and weekend hours. So that may or may not be something that you enjoy doing. And it also can be very stressful to deal with the mental and emotional issues that are going on with individuals and families. And if you're doing that day in and day out, sometimes that can be very wearing on you. Typical benefits. So for this specific job, I couldn't find any benefits that were listed. I know that if you're working for private practice, you have to figure all that stuff out yourself. So you're going to have to figure out how to get your own insurance and whatever else you might be looking for, a retirement plan. You're going to have to find your own company to help you with those kinds of things. I imagine that because this is an organization with several different locations, they probably have a package a bit available that they're at least all paying into. So probably just the standard, health, dental, vision. I don't know if they would have more available than that. If you're going to be working at a hospital or a larger organization, then your benefits would be much more extensive. Probably health, dental, vision, but also retirement and maybe some vacation also. Common job tasks. So when you're a marriage and family therapist, you counsel with couples and families in an effort to diagnose and treat mental and emotional disorders within the context of marriage, couples, and family systems. And usually their goal is to do short-term therapy, so that means about an average of 12 sessions. It can be as many as 50, but that's not common. Usually it's closer to 12, because the therapy is supposed to be brief, solution-focused, specific, and designed with the end in mind. And I got that information so all of that stuff for the common job tasks from www.aamft.org. Okay, so back to this specific job that I was researching here in Fairfax. The educational requirements are you have to have your Virginia license. You have to have 10 plus years of postgraduate clinical work. So that means, not counting internships, not counting anything you did while you were in your graduate program. This is all after all of that when you're done. So they want someone who's very experienced. They said that they want someone who has at least a master's degree, but they would prefer someone with a doctorate degree. And actually, all of the websites that I looked at, that was kind of the theme. They said that when you're trying to work for some type of an organization, that masters are required, but they will probably look at those with doctorates first. So this particular job also wanted someone who had experience with marriage counseling, and that also entailed, all of the different approaches to marriage counseling, and they wanted you to, be well versed in the current research trends, pertaining to marriage counseling. The salary range. Okay, so pretty much this is what I found across the board, is that, the lowest salary that I found for a marriage and family therapist was $31,510. And most of the websites said that that salary caps out around $78,000, maybe just above. This particular job that I researched here in Fairfax, the salary is $100,000 starting out. And they said that all of their full-time marriage and family therapists are making six figures. So, when you're thinking about, if you wanted to be a marriage and family therapist, you need to kind of take into account where you're going to be living in the country. Are you going to be working for yourself? Are you going to be working for a bigger organization? Do you want more benefits? Or, do you want a higher paying job? So you want to be more in private practice or more in a smaller practice like this who's just looking for, experienced therapists. So some miscellaneous career information on usnews.com. I found a review from a marriage and family therapist that I thought was helpful. He said that most therapists start out working in a hospital or outpatient environment. And the positive thing about this is that all of your clients you get from physician referrals, so you don't have to do any marketing, which is kind of cool. The more seasoned therapists usually try to go into private practice. I think there's more money there. However, when you're doing private practice, you have to go through all of the red tape of trying to collect from insurance companies. Plus, you have to do all of your marketing yourself. And since a lot of this guy in particular said that 80% of his clients came from the internet, so I imagine that you would have to do some research on how to design a website or hire somebody to design a website. And then you would also have to figure out, what do I need to put on my website? Where do I need to market it so that when people Google marriage and family therapist, my name pops up first, kind of type thing. So that could be pretty involved. So you'd need to consider that. All of my information I got off the internet. So the information about the specific job here in Virginia was from wellmarriagecenter.com and indeed.com. And then the information about marriage and family therapists in general I got from careersinpsychology.org, www.aamft.org, and money.usnews.com. All right, thank you.